Hello and welcome back. My name is Tuxedo Ian, and we are getting back into our playthrough of Book of Hours. This is going to be part 22. We are in the second half of summertime, and we've opened up a new room, gotten to learn a new language, Sabazine, and we are going to try and push a little bit farther into the house and see if we can get over to the western side towards the sea, but we'll see what happens. So let's get started, shall we? All right, where we last left off, we have a book. We are rereading some. We are trying to read a scale book, the Tantra of Worms, over here, but we need more. We need 3 more points of scale. So we've got 2 memories, and we've got a health, and we have several items scattered around the house we can use that, depending on what it asks for, we should be able to use. So we are also learning and advancing Door and Wall to level 2, and we can then get it to level 3. So we're going to need 2 memories for that, so we can go ahead and start. Well, our shaft is busy right now, so... And both of our core are busy. Alright, so there is our foresight. So let's see, who do we want? We can probably open up a room today. Let's see who we can get. So that would be the Barber or Mrs. Kill. We'd need to use the Skin Shuck Mead for that. Mrs. Kill could do that one. We could probably get Mr. Kill to 10. I think that's possible. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we can do that. So what we'll do... We're going to need a... regret. Make sure we can read that over here, since we have an overabundance of Fet now, thanks to our assignments last time. So we can read this and get 2 winter from that. And we'll get Mr. Kill's help. Mr. Kill always enjoys a chance to catch up with me. He can always spare a few hours to help a friend. So we can speak to him about Whist. We'll watch for what lies ahead. Boosts, Winter, and Lantern. Alright, so there is our Door and Wall. And then we need 2... Well, we need 1 more memory to go along with that. We need another Knock or Forge memory, so we can read that one again. Get another secret entrance. Or secret threshold, rather. I think we'll use that to try and read one of our sky books we have. So let's see, it's going to ask us, we can get Ubisunt, relevant furniture, or art. Okay, I think we can definitely get 3 points out of art and a furniture. So let's see what we can do. So that means we'll have both of these memories available for doing something else with. So let's see. So the first thing it's going to ask us for is a comfort. Stretch my legs and change my point of view. So we are looking for a scale comfort. We have... Nope, that's a thing. There's some... we have 2 scale there, so we just need to find a comfort worth 1 scale. If we have one. We may be... Oh, these... Yes, these do count as comforts. Lucky us. Oh, there's actually... Terrence counts as 3. So Terrence actually fulfills the entire role, so we can just use him. Or her, rather. We can use Terrence to read a book. I know that sounds weird, but that's how things work sometimes. My My assistant and I will be prudent. Alright, so then we can also, since we have 2 bottles of this, we can offer him a Solomon's Preparation, which will get him up to Winter 8. If it was good enough for Solomon Husher, it's good enough for Mr. Kill. Scale unearthed. There. The Tantra of Worms. The entomologist Juliana Zawatowski eventually came to insist that this text was written by insects inhabiting a human skin. She never presented evidence for her claim. There are diagrams. The diagrams are not good to look upon. The Tantra explains various less than practical countermeasures against the worms, the serpents, which are not serpents. Moth and Winter are closest to them, and so understand their weaknesses, but both have their own perils. The lionsmith crushes them, but that's not recommended for mortals. The worms have always been eager to inhabit us. Here are the practices which make us inhospitable to them. There are diagrams. The diagrams are not good to look upon, and none of the practices they show would allow the subject to survive. So we've got a Memory Fear and 2 lessons on Coil and Chasm. So actually we have, that should be, so we can mark this with Memory Fear. And before we use Terrence again, we'll have to feed her something, but we can work on that later. So we can pop this on our shelf here. So we have Coil and Chasm, a lesson on that. So we can go ahead and level that up to level 2 using that Memory of Fear that we have. And we need either Nectar or Scale, so that will be our health. And then we will need 1 more. So we have a Savage Hymn we can use. And we need 1 more. So we can start use over here. We can do another... We can do that. Reread that and get an impulse. Alright, and there's our Memory Regret we can use to finish out rounding out Mr. Kill. Down to the Grushans. And we can give him Memory Regret, which will get him to Winter 10. So that will allow us to open up the shrouded space. If the wards on this place were real, they would be heavy curtains of black velvet that stung the grazing hand. They aren't real in any meaningful sense of the word. I'll still need to dispose of them before I can enter safely. Alright, so there's our Almanac of Entrances. So that allows us to, will get us to Door and Wall level 3. Door and Wall, Secret Threshold, Foresight, and our Shapt. So let's see, so Tradesmahira will need Grail or Moon. So we can do... we can do Book of Centipede, which gives us Intuition, so that will give us Moon. That will let us get Tradesmahira up to level 2. Alright, so Mr. Kill is now at Winter 10. Just to make sure what we have available. So we could have used him to open up the Silvered Snares, but I think it's more important we push this way for now. So we'll open up the Shrouded Space. We also could have used him to open up the Icy Bedroom, but for now we're good, I think. So let's see, what can we use this sun for? Sun is not what it was, but today he is smiling. Is there a sun book we can read? Or lantern or sky book. Sky 10, sky 12, Grail 10, Grail sky 16. Okay, unhatched hymns. So that is in Sabazine, and we just did learn Sabazine, so we could... Well, let's see what we can do here. So that... and Sabazine. And we would need... we'd need our Faust for that, so let's rest our Faust over at the Sweet Bones. We have Tippence. It is summer. I'm sitting on the bench outside the Sweet Bones, eating crumbly cheese in nettle wrappings and good black rye bread, soaking up the sun. Alright, so there is our Memory Impulse. We are done leveling door and wall. It is now level 3. So it gets us 3 forge and 4 knock. Alright, so we have Coil and Chasm. We're going to need a health for that. So let's see, where can Coil and Chasm? Coil and Chasm can go to Skolacoscopy or Nyctodromy, neither of which gives us health. But we can drop our health in here. And we have the last bit of our Lambig here we can use. Or actually we can use the switching to Sane we got. And rest our health, and we should be able to upgrade Coil and Chasm before the end of the day. There's our intuition that we needed for Trismegira. And our Trist will do for that. Always more to learn. Level 2. We've opened up the Night Gallery. In the 1850s, and in deep secrecy, Natalia Brullo built the Night Gallery into the foundations of the Gullscry Tower. Behind this heavy steel door, the Curia, and later the Suppression Bureau, kept treasures too difficult for common view, but too relevant to consign to a deeper vault. If anything difficult might hypothetically have been inclined to creep up the stairs from below, it would also have been discouraged by that door. That is a pretty heavy-looking door. And we found Thomas DeWolf. This bust is carved from limestone. Well, we've heard Thomas DeWolf, and we know he was the second of the line. So we can pop him onto the second pedestal. There's our Faust. So let's see if we can read that book now. So we have Unhatched Hymns. There it is. Unhatched Hymns. A Sunny Day. Our Faust. Sabazine to read it with. And then let's see, what is our highest lantern skill? Auroral Contemplations gives us 5 lantern. So that takes us to 10, and we are done. We can master this mystery. And this will teach us more about Sacra Solis Invicti. This should give us 2 lessons because it is a 10 mystery. Alright, Trismegira is at level 2. We can go to Preservation or Bosk with it. So let's see what that would give us in either direction. So we go to Bosk with it. It gives us Arab. The first among the feasts. The moth consumed the wheel. The grail consumed the tide. In the days of the forge, the stars fled from every facet of the flint. What feast was the first? Those who walk the wood know that whichever was first, the grail's was greatest. If we go to Preservation with it. The light, the night, the wood. What lit the wood in the days before its darkening? There was a light upon the earth long before the glory came to the sky. Preserve the night, and the light might return. So we could do that. However, I think what we're going to do is we're going to wait and see what we can plug into this here that might be more valuable. Because that will open up a third level of preservation, and then once we have Trudis Mahira at level 3, we can plug it in here and get a health. And the other rooms, so the other things that we have here, so we have a collection of lots of different artwork here. With several different aspects that might come in handy for reading things if we need a single point. Oh, there's one that gives 2 nectar and 2 sky. Nectar, good selection of things. We have some whispering sand, 2 moon and 1 lantern. White silver sand in which the voice of the waves lingers. Another urn of ashes. A Curia uncatalogued book. Some rose pearl. And some more lethe. And we have a new workbench, the Nocturnary, which, if we look at it, has the images for... Strangely, it has Nock, Moon, and Winter inscribed on it, but we can't use Nock here, but it does take Winter, Nectar, Grail, and Moon. Constructed by Thyrza for her own murky purposes, maintained by the Suppression Bureau for its murkier ones, and available now for mine. So this is an evolved via Skolakoscopy workstation. And we can use wood and pigment and omens here in substance. And shadow can be a memory, a liquid, a remains, or an omen. We also have a honey scar scented candle and some Thyrza's cordials. Separately, each is undrinkable, but mix them and they're only undrinkable after 15 minutes. We've opened up the Shadowed Stair. The shadow here is a sentinel. To enter it unprepared is to risk dissolution. I must bear a memory, like a torch in the dark. So we would need a memory that has at least 3 of an aspect. So that one we're going to have to hunt around and see what we can do. We're going to have to probably craft one for that. And I think we have enough to get there. And we also have opened up the Broken Bridge. The jail bridge still stands, but charred and twisted. It groans dangerously in the wind. A fire, then. But what fire does this? It's as if someone has trailed a match flame along a bridge of wax. On the far side, the gate stands wide. When the bridge is repaired, I can enter the jail. So we would need 9 edge, 9 forge, or 9 knock. So that will be a job for either Denzel or for Reverend Timothy. Probably Denzel, because we can get him... I think we can get him to 9 knock. Or 9 forge, rather, easily. Yeah, 9 forge should be doable, because we can do 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and then 2 more from... Yeah. Vale got us, yeah, so we'll brew up another thing of Lapsang. Yep, that would get him to 9 to open that up. And we have some packages we'll start opening, so we can use one of our FET for that. Something odd. Wonder what that might be. There's our pot of Lapsang Souchong. We can place it over the fire here. And there's our health. So now we can level up Coil and Chasm. As soon as this is done. And we have a new book to catalog. A Curia period, 1700s to 1800s. Okay, our book reading is proceeding apace. We found De Mortu Corporum Vetitorum. The author rejoices in the name of Abelard Hubris, and the title might be translated as On the Forbidden Motions of Bodies, evidently a reference to Newton's De Motu Corporeum, published some 20 years previously. So this is 10 sky, and it would teach us about oronoscopy, but it also has the fifth eye curse, which would harm our Faust, so we need to try and get rid of that. We would need 7 heart to do so. So let's see what we can do here. So we need a skill that's good against curses. I know we've seen that we have at least one skill that's good against curses. Corruptions. There we go, Cyclone Eclipse. Effective against corruption. And then we'd need 7 heart on top of that. Herbs, and this one also gives us... Oh, Magaphine Mysteries. So that actually, yeah, effective against corruption. Okay, so... Well, we need 7 heart. So we can apply Magaphine Mysteries. We can apply the book. We can apply our core. And we just need 1 more heart, which we can get from the bowls. Oh, wait, we need something that's effective against curses, not corruptions. That's my bad. Curses, curses, curses. Yep, Sacra Solus Invicti works, or Treatise Mahira. So we would need to find something that could give us 4 heart. Well, a storm would work for that. So we'll wait for a storm to come around, and we'll be able to cleanse that book of the fifth eye curse. Hopefully that won't be too far in the future. Okay, we're almost done opening the package. Found some Domain Raveline, so we'll put that up on our wine shelf here. And we'll grab Coil and Chasm, apply our lessons, and the health. Is there anything else that we can possibly try and read today? Don't think we can get... Oh, we need our Faust back again for that, so that one's off for today. "12 Moon," I don't think we can quite get there yet. We can get 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... Not quite. 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, that one we might be able to get. So we'd need 2 sky memories. So we can actually work on that now, because we have the ability. We have some time left in the day. So we can do Singlefoot Songs gets us 2 sky. And then a 7th Voice gets us another 2 sky. Because this one does allow... The phonograph allows 2 places for memories. So that lets us kind of double up on our memories. Alright, Coil and Chasm is now level 3. 4 scale, 3 nectar. And we finished reading Unhatched Hymns. Hymns attributed to St. Lucia the Eyeless, patron of glassworkers and name of the hour called Meniscate. The hymns venerate every sanctioned hour, celebrating them as the sun undivided, but also suggesting that each hour may become the next, madrigad to watchman, watchman to wolf, and so on. The hymns of the phases celebrates the Meniscate from whom we do not turn, for the truth which is beauty, the beauty which is truth, and the perfect balance between the two. The hymn of the Reflections, more puzzlingly, celebrates the Meniscate as the sister of Yanis, mother of shadow, whose visage wondrous in emptiness can reveal all truths. Well, that was particularly unenlightening. But it has given us some lessons on Sacra Solis Invicti, and it has taught us another Savage Hymn. So we've actually saved ourselves a little bit of time. But Sacra Solis Invicti, we can actually use that. So we need Lantern or Sky to so we can use that Savage Hymn with a Sacra Solis Invicti, and our Whist to level Sacra Solis Invicti to level 2. That will get us to 3 Lantern and 2 Sky. Alright, and there are our other 2 Sky memories. So now what we can do, we will come over to our phonograph here, left by good old Thurza. The ear's apprehensions. In its dissolution, one heard the terrible, ominous note, and a goblin with increased malignity walked quietly over the universe from end to end. Forrester. So we'll apply our Savage Hymn and our Confounding Parable. And then we need Oronoscopy, gets us to 9. And if we had our Faust, we'd get to 10, but we don't. So what we'll do is we will apply Shapt, and then we should be able to get 1 more Sky out of whatever it asks us for. But just to make sure we have 1 Sky, we will start reading a 7th voice again, so we have a 2 Sky memory. And we will have our Faust. We have plenty of items and stuff spread around the house. We have wall art. We should be able to finish reading that. Alright, so there's the sun. So that actually gives us a Sky memory. So what we can do now then is we need 2 memories for Sacra Solis Invicti, so we need another Sky, or so we'll do a Revelation. And we will finish reading this book up, and then we'll probably call it a day for now. So let's see, what is it going to ask us for assistance? So soul, furniture, or duende. So let's, before we let the soul option pass, let's see if we have a Sky. Yeah, we need Sky furniture. I'm pretty sure we have some Sky furniture somewhere. A Sky, yep, we have a Sky comfort right here. The melodic chair. So we'll let the soul option pass because we're going to need that for leveling up Sacra Solis Invicti with this. So Sun, Confounding Parable, Lesson, and Faust. And that will take Sacra Solis Invicti to level 3. From furniture or other comforts. So that gets us to Sky 10. Alright, so there's our memory revelation, which we did not end up needing because we had the sun. And we've reached Sky Harmony. Sacra Solis Invicti level 3. More lantern power is always good. So this was Opening the Sky, an unusual recording of Vero's Opening the Sky, composed for the coronation of the new king, Henry IX. The record bears the suppression stamp, Expunge. The first movement is soft, autumnal. The second, unsettling, febrile. The third is bright, soaring, rapturous. The fourth movement is glassy, slithering, a tintinnabulous icicle rattle. The fifth returns to the theme of the third, bright and rapturous once again, but this is a choral movement. It becomes apparent, though, that these are much, much too pure and high to be human voices. They recall bird song. They recall the sweep of the windswept sky, blue turning black at the edge of the higher heaven, and they wrench the heart in a direction the Bureau does not permit. We'll pop this up here. We've learned a cheerful ditty and 2 more lessons on strings and songs. So we can note that this gives us a cheerful ditty because that's another kind of rare memory. And strings and songs we can now level up using that cheerful ditty and our core. And we'll need we need 2 more memories to get it to level 3. So we have we can do Solace. And then down here, we need another memory with either Sky or Heart, so we can just do, yet again, a 7th voice. We must be wearing the pages down on that one. Alright, and so we have... So let's see, we can get Denzel to 9, I believe, so let's go ahead and get him working. So we need our health, and we'll give him his money. What do you need? So give him a metal, bring him to 4. And while we're doing that, we need to get that, so we can get a foresight. Alright, strings and songs level 2. Our course is fixed. So we can give him the square. Then we can pour out a cup of lapsang. So there's our Solace. And there's our Confounding Parable. So let's see. Where did Strings and Sky go? There it is. Some Strings and Songs. Lesson. Memory. Soul Piece. And Strings and Songs is now level 3. Tool has boosted their aspects. So a nice drop. We'll get him to 7, and then the Memory Foresight will get him to 9. Strings and Songs level 3. 4 Sky, 3 Heart. There's our Memory Foresight. That gets him to 9 Forge, which will let him open up the Broken Bridge. So I'm gonna, let's see, I think we can do something here. So I'm going to read, I need 2 more rows here, so we can do Intuition. So I think I can get myself a memory to use to open up this area over here. Alright, so there is Denzel at Forge 9. So we can have him start repairing the Broken Bridge. Alright, there's our Memory Intuition. So let's see, we need the Rose desk. Pet, Intuition. And let's see, what's our highest Rose skill? Pearl and Tide. So that lets us make an Enduring Reflection. Refine memory to something of rose. Perlentide with scholar level rose plus a memory creates enduring reflection. So we'll start on that. So that'll get us a memory that we can use to open up this room over here, the shadowed stair. Hopefully. If not, we can test out and see something else. Alright, so Denzel's finished his work. Lesser Bridge. Brankrug Jail, built in 1896 at the behest of Nocturnal Branch to contain troubles unseemly and occult. A mere 6 years later, after the Ortuccio incident, the branch came itself to be considered unseemly and occult, and its function was absorbed into the Suppression Bureau, but the jail still stands. Over the gate is the Bureau's motto, Alice si licet, tibi non licet, commonly rendered as, it is permitted to us, it is not permitted to you. So nothing in that room that we can use, just an empty room. And the next one is the Blackened Yard. A ferocious heat has scorched, even melted the stones. But as at the bridge, it's only here and there. Horribly, here and there mostly seem to be where people happen to be standing. Charred, cracked bones scatter the yard. So 10 Grail, 10 Heart, or 10 Winter. So that will be a job for one of the kills. I think we can get Mr. Kill up to 10. And in fact, if I remember correctly, we did have hints about how to make the Solomon's preparations. Because if remember, it is a wintry draught, and we did see a note on one of our books about how to get a wintry draught using flowers and sufficient winter. So we have some flowers here that we plucked. Sea holly. So we just need something. We need one more point of winter. Yes, so if we say if we apprentice level winter creates Eigengrau for a scholar level recipe, crush a flower in and mix a pale and chilling draught. So we just need either a liquid or a fuel that has 1 point of winter. So let's find us something with winter. We have this turpentine, an odorous eraser of errors. And that allows us to make a Solomon's Preparation. Inks of containment with scholar level winter plus a flower creates Solomon's Preparation. Mix and muddle and mix a wintry preparation. So that will take us a minute and a half, so that will last into tomorrow for that. And let's see, is there any other books that I can read? So let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so we can do that. We could do that without having to use our Faust. So we will try that. Actually, we need to get another memory first. So we'll do that for 2 Sky. There's the sun. So we'll go ahead and get this started here. And see what we can do. So that gives us 5. That's 7. We don't want to use our Faust because it would get contaminated. Then we can add that. So that brings us to 8. We need 2 more points, so we should be able to get 2 more points either from the extra stuff that we can add, because we have a memory, we have several objects, and we have wall art, definitely. So I think that's probably the point at which we're going to call it a day for now. So thank you for joining me. Hope you've enjoyed what you've been watching. And if you have anything to say, please leave a comment. If you like what you've seen, please leave me a like. Subscribe if you would like to see more. And I will catch you all on the next video.